What is going on? My name is Tom, and I'm going to rattle off every single movie slash TV show that I watched in 2025. So, starting out in actually December of 2024, I went and got shown Sonic 3 in cinemas. I went with my friends on New Year's Eve, and it was a great way to kickstart 2025. I'd never seen Sonic 1 or 2, but a friend of mine absolutely loves the series, and he took me to go and see it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I really liked it, and it does make me want to go and pursue the other two, and I definitely will get round to watching all three of them in one big go at some point in the future. 7 out of 10 for Sonic 3. It was very good. Now moving into the January of 2025, and we're going to do this in chronological order, so bear with me. I went to watch Flight Risk, which was a 4 out of 10. It was a Mark Wahlberg film where he's basically in a plane with two other actors, and I love all the actors involved. I think all the actors involved are good. Didn't really like the plot, didn't really like the film too much. Mark was a great part of it, don't get me wrong, but 4 out of 10 for the first film of 2025 wasn't the best. Then, moving into February, clearly it was so bad I didn't go to the cinema again that month, but I went back in February to watch the Marvel entry that was Captain America, this is Sam, his take as Captain America, so Steve is not round anymore. It's Sam taking the mantle of being the new Captain America. And him and Falcon were good together. I did like the new guy that they brought in to play Falcon. Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. That was interesting. It was a 6 out of 10. Possibly arguments for a 5 out of 10. It was an okay Marvel movie. It wasn't as bad as some of them, and it wasn't great like the others. So it was kind of just run of the line, middle thing. It was okay. It was okay. It was interesting to see Red Hulk and to see Harrison make an appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the new Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. And it was around Valentine's Day, so it was a cute little date night that me and the missus did, and it was okay. It was okay. Then we went in March, and we went to watch Mickey 17. Not really a fan of this one. This was a bit all over the place. Loved Robert Pattinson in it. Thought he was great. I do like Robert Pattinson. But apart from the big animals, the big cute space alien animals, they were my best bit. I didn't like how nasty the people were to them, and that did pull on my heartstrings, which is probably why the film's got any sort of credibility to me. But outside of that, it just wasn't a very good movie. Maybe there's a lot there that went over my head on first viewing, and maybe there's more messages the more you dig deeper. But for me, it was a 4 out of 10. It wasn't the best, and I don't think it showed Patterson in the best way. If you want to see him in something awesome, watch him in Tenet. I like him in Tenet, and he's also great in The Batman, which we'll hopefully see in a sequel to at some point. Next in March, I saw two films in March. So the next one I saw in March on my own, first and I think it was the only solo trip this year to the cinema, was for the film Marching Powder by UK's own Danny Dyer. He's in it. 5 out of 10. It was an alright popcorn film. Maybe go watch it with your brothers, or your dad, or your uncle, or whatever. Maybe your nephews, depends how old they are. But it was an alright little lads film. It was alright. Had a lot of nice messages in there. I like Danny Dyer. I like him a lot. And he did great this year in other things as well. But Marching Powder, typical film. Normal. Probably on streaming services now. But nothing crazy, nothing outlandish. But no, an alright film. It wasn't impossible to enjoy it. So it was a good all-rounder. Now here's we're going to get controversial, you see. Because now we're coming to April. And April was a huge month for films for me, clearly. I went a few times in April. I was lucky enough to attend quite a few screenings. So in April 2025, the Minecraft movie came out. Crazy to say that because it feels like a lifetime ago now. All the memes, which I don't agree with, and all of the way that the fans, or people in quotation marks fans, treated those screenings, especially the cinemas and the cinema staff, I completely do not agree with. I think that is so stupid. I did not like how people were making a mockery online of going around and being absolute idiots to the staff members, and it was just not pleasant to watch that happen on social media. However, the Minecraft movie, as a movie, I now own the 4K DVD. I did get it from CEX. I did not pay full price for it, but I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I watched it multiple times. I didn't log all the times I went back and rewatched it, but I watched it with me and my girlfriend, and I think I went with another person, and then I also took my 4 friends to go and watch it, and paid for us all to go and see it. And it was a great movie. I really liked it because I love Jack Black. I think he was great in it. Jason Momoa was great in it. I actually liked all of the cast. I couldn't tell you a person I didn't like in the cast. I don't want to spoil it, even though it's been out for since last year. But the cameo at the end was good. I like that. And I loved. This is what sent it to me, right? It was the Technoblade bit. I've been a gamer my whole life. I've grown up playing video games my entire life. Minecraft being one of them. I still remember the story, and I'll do it briefly here. But I still remember the story of when I was on a holiday. and I came home from that holiday. It was in the school. I'd gone on holiday in the school summer holidays. I'd come back from a family holiday, and a friend of mine was like, listen, you like Lego, we like gaming, there's this game out, it's called Minecraft, it's just a world of blocks, it's open-ended, you do what you want with it, blah, 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 just waffling it to me. And this was the best pal of mine, and from childhood. And we still go to the movies together now. So clearly, playing games like Halo and Minecraft and Call of Duty kept us together for so many years for our childhood. And he was getting me hooked on it. So I was like, I'll give it a go. It might be good, it might be rubbish. We must have played thousands of hours. I'm not even joking. Tens of thousands of hours from its origin of day one all the way through. Minecraft has been massive. I mean, it was the first game I ever played on a PC with mods. It was the first game I did a massive multiplayer thing with, where we were all creative. Obviously, Call of Duty is so fun, but it's all about killing each other and fighting each other and all this stuff. So in Minecraft, where you actually are creative with your friends, it just opened the door to different possibilities, and it was so much fun. And I'm so biased about Minecraft because it's got such a nostalgic place in my heart, but Technoblade was a big content creator, massive content creator in the Minecraft scene, probably one of the only few good ones out there. Unfortunately, Minecraft has been tarnished with some bad people getting involved in that community, but Technoblade wasn't. He was phenomenal. He was such a nice guy, and he sent a shockwave into the internet when he passed away. He was battling a fight with cancer and unfortunately lost his battle with cancer, and it sent ripples across the gaming world when that happened because he was such a lovely guy, and cancer affects everybody differently, but Technoblade's passing was awful for the gaming community. We lost such a juggernaut of a person, and obviously left behind all of his content, which we can still go and enjoy today, so it's lovely to think and watch those videos back. But to see him mentioned as a cameo in the Minecraft movie was so nice, and even though it was only like 5 seconds long, and it was a line of dialogue between Jason Momoa and Jack Black, and it was so brief and you blink and you miss it kind of thing, but the Technoblade Easter egg for me is what really sold it. It deepened it more than just this is a silly movie about Minecraft. This is made by fans, for the fans. I love films like that. So 10 out of 10 for the Minecraft movie. I did love it. I then went and watched a completely different movie. I went and watched the film Warfare with my best friend Todd, who actually brought me into Minecraft. And me and him went and watched Warfare, and it was in the IMAX, and it was possibly the first film we saw in the year in IMAX. And it was phenomenal. I don't want to talk about the film because I don't want to spoil anything, but the way it's shot, the actors, the way it's done is phenomenal. I loved Warfare. It definitely could have stole 2025 for me. It's up there in my top 5 of 2025. It has to be. It was so good and so solid. And I watched it back because this is how ridiculous it is now. Films get released and then are on streaming services within the same year. That's just mental for me because I used to wait around for DVDs to come out. But I still collect my DVDs today, and we might do a video on them in the future. But Warfare was phenomenal, and I watched it again at home on streaming with my partner. She loved it. She likes war movies, and it was great. It's a good modern story of warfare, and it is phenomenally gritty and loud and brilliant and dark and serious, but elements of humour in there at times, and the cast is so strong, and it's a film where you are on, your eyes are wide, your jaw is dropped, and you're gripping the edge of the seat and gritting your teeth at times because you just want to see how it's going to pan out. Phenomenal movie, Warfare, brilliant film, 10 out of 10. Also in April, went and watched Sinners with our friend Charlotte, who we went to the movies with a few times this year, which was nice. Went to watch Sinners with her, and oh my god, Sinners was incredible. The music, the amazing acting. I loved how we had the Smoke and Stacks dynamic going on screen with Michael B. Jordan. Fantastic. Haley Seinfeld was incredible. It was such a good story. The villain, I forget his name, but he's doing some great things. He is phenomenal. He's an Irish actor, I believe, and he's great. Go watch Sinners. Sinners is really good. If you're a little fan of horror, not too scary, it balances that line nicely of not being too scary, but also staying enjoyable. And it was really good fun. It was lots of good fun to go and enjoy that film, and it was a privilege. It was an absolute privilege, and we loved it. We had such a good time watching it. It was really good. The music's insane, but it's very good. I love it. Love that film. And the post-credit scene is fantastic too, because we're definitely going to get some sequels to that franchise. Also, to wrap up April, we went to watch Revenge of the Sith in cinemas in IMAX. I went with my girlfriend, and I might have even gone with Todd. I can't quite remember if I saw it with Todd as well. Possibly I did. But went to watch Star Wars in IMAX, which is an opportunity you just never pass up on. And it was obviously an anniversary showing of Revenge of the Sith, and it's an 11 out of 10. It's a phenomenal Star Wars movie. I love it. I love it. Don't get me on Star Wars. That series of videos of... We could do countless of epilogues and playlists and podcasts of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love Revenge of the Sith. It was so good seeing that battle in IMAX. Phenomenal film. Then in May, we went to see the Thunderbolts movie. I saw it twice. I saw it once on my own, and I saw it once with my girlfriend. And again, a great, great movie. It was phenomenal. Thunderbolts, 9 out of 10 on both times. I really loved it. Loved the message. It was the first Marvel film that I'd seen in a long time that really made me interested in Marvel again. The post-credit scene was good for that as well. But it dealt with a lot of mental health links. And I've never seen that done in a Marvel film in such a good way. And I think if a lot of young kids still are interested in Marvel, I know I was growing up, but as a young kid growing up as a Marvel fan and then watching Thunderbolts and listening to them talk about with the mental health side of stuff and how a lot of the story revolves around the mental health battle and the mental health struggle of characters and of people, it was really moving, and I loved it. I thought it was really good. It was a really valid Marvel film, and I really appreciated watching it twice, and I loved it, and I would definitely recommend seeing it if you're a fan of that. So, very good. Loved it. The cast are strong. Probably my favourite superhero group in Marvel at the moment is the Thunderbolts, and their secret nickname, but I'm very excited. Later, we saw in May as well, we saw Lelo and Stich. We saw that in Huddersfield in a brand new cinema, which I like supporting new cinemas whenever we see one pop up. So that was a 10 out of 10 for Helen. Helen, my girlfriend, she absolutely loved it. The night before, we stuck on the animated one on Disney Plus, and I cried like a baby because animated Lilo and Stitch breaks my heart every time I watch it. I love it. It gets me in the feels. It's nostalgic. The Lego set came out, and I bought the Lego set with Helen, and we were so excited for the film. And it's Helen's 10 out of 10 film of the year. Definitely, she loved it. She loved it. She said 2025, Lilo and Stitch. Live action Lilo and Stitch. And they changed so much, and they did so many different things with it, but they kept it good. They kept it true to its feels, and it still made us feel good. And we still cried in the cinema like a bunch of babies, but we loved it. It was a great film. Really good film. Warms the heart and the soul, and it's very good. It's a very good movie. Highly recommend you watch the animated one and then the live action one side by side. Very good film. Very good film. Then we saw the finale to the Mission Impossible franchise in May of 2025. It was in the IMAX, and we went to watch it. Mission Impossible was a 9 out of 10. The final reckoning, I think it's called, the very last one in the installments of the Mission Impossible movies. They're great popcorn movies. They're good fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. There's got a great cast of actors in it. The storylines are wacky and weird and all over the place, but interesting. And just a nice cinema feeling. It's a good cinema feeling, and now that they're out, I'm going to wait for them all to be on a nice big box set of 1 to 9 or 1 to 8, however many they've done, and make sure they're all in 4K, buy it, and then keep that in the catalogue of movies. Then we come out of May, and we dip down into June, and in June, we saw 2 movies. We saw John Wick's Ballerina, which was Ana de Armas, as Ballerina. That again was in the IMAX. We went to the IMAX a lot this year, or last year. We watched Ballerina. Phenomenal movie. That is how you do feminism in the action genre. People were so annoyed. I talk about, like, with Doctor Who, how they changed the gender of the main character. They were talking about the idea of doing that with James Bond. We've seen it done in we saw it almost come to screen as Batgirl, but they got rid of it, which is really annoying because I was really excited to watch the Batgirl movie. It was going to be interesting. Definitely was going to be worth watching. And I can't believe they pulled that last minute. And then we're getting Supergirl later this year, which I'm very excited for. And hopefully that's going to be a good representation of feminism done in the action genre as well. But Ballerina was phenomenal because it wasn't like... we watched Ironheart, the TV series this year, and they did it in a really awful way where it was like shitting on Iron Man, like, oh, he's a man who's rich, and I'm a woman who does everything myself, and it was like shitting on, why do we have to make female characters shit on the male equivalent? It's stupid. Just have them be the same. Have them be on the same par as each other. Ballerina got the memo. They did that perfect. Anna as her character, and John Wick, Keanu Reeves, them two are on the same level as each other. They are phenomenal. And they do a fight scene, which was bold. They do a fight scene between the two, and they execute it in such a beautiful way that it was great. And I would, if I am lucky enough one day to have a daughter, this will be one of the films I show her because it's a sick film. And I hope loads of young women out there resonated with it, loved it, really enjoyed it, because it's a phenomenal movie. And I am a straight fella who has been brought up on some of the oldest traditions in the world, and I loved to go to the cinema and see Ballerina. It was done beautifully and brilliant and just as gritty and just as violent as any John Wick movie, and I loved it. It was great. It was a really good movie, and I loved what they did with it. So I support that film massively. It was really good. We also then watched live action How to Train Your Dragon, and we watched the animated one the night before as well. Went and watched the live action one. Live action one, it didn't translate as well as the Stich one did. The Stich animation and the Stich live action were very hand in hand. The How to Train Your Dragon one was slightly different. I do appreciate the staying true to the cast of Gerard Butler and stuff, like certain characters reprising the roles of certain characters and voice actors and stuff, and I like that. I thought it was good. Really like the visuals. The visuals were stunning. Seeing Toothless on the big screen was lovely as always. But yeah, 8 out of 10. I loved it because of who we watched it with. We went and watched it with our 2 friends, and even Danny, who we've been to the cinema a lot with this year, last year, which has been beautiful to do. But yeah, it could have been better, could have been worse, but I'm glad it was done well. And 8 out of 10 I think is fair. It was really good. July then hit, and we were busy in July and August, and in September. But in July, we kicked it off with Superman. 2 watches of this, both in IMAX. One with my girlfriend, one with my best friend. They're the 2 people I rock to the cinema with the most, to be honest. But we watched it. Superman, 10 out of 10. Loved it. Loved the message. Loved the meaning behind it. Loved the narrative. Loved the character. Loved the new guy playing Superman. I miss Henry Cavill. I think he could have done better. But he was just given bad writing, bad directing. But I love the new Superman. Think he's brilliant. Can't wait to see more of James Gunn's universe of the DC. I also watched his show Creature Commandos and Peacemaker Season 2. Phenomenal. James Gunn is a talented man. He knows what he's doing with his superhero movies. He smashed it with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I can't wait to see him project forwards with Clayface later in the year and things like that with and Supergirl. I'm very excited to see what they do in the DCU with his line of work. Very excited. Superman was phenomenal. And I own that as a physical media now, which is great. Then later we saw July, we saw obviously Superman twice, and then we saw the Fantastic Four. Marvel's doing better. From where we first started out, Captain America, Brave New World, all the way up into July. We got better. So it was Captain America, then the Thunderbolts, and then we got this one. And we're getting better. Fantastic Four was very strong. Very strong movie. Loved it. I wish we saw a little bit more of Galactus. I'm sure he's going to come back in some capacity. But really loved it. Loved the idea of the Fantastic Four. They did it so much better in this version. And I was made up with it. The cast is strong. The family bond is there. I really liked it. We did watch it twice. Phenomenal. Really good one. Really loved it. Really recommend it. Then Rory, my nephew Rory. He's getting into his physical media now. I've just inherited him a bunch of my old DVD collections whilst I'm changing over to Blu-ray and 4K. Gave him a bunch of my backlog of all my old films, and he's been watching them. And his film of the year was 10 out of 10. It was Jurassic World Rebirth. Not the strongest in the Jurassic Park film franchise. We're getting... I think Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3 and Jurassic World were really strong. The other Jurassic World, Dominion, all the other stuff, I didn't really bond with them as well. Then the Chris Pratt Jurassic World one was alright. That was an alright addition. This one was better than the other 2. So Jurassic Worlds 2 and 3. This one was better. But Jurassic World Rebirth, I liked it. I really liked it. And it was Rory's #1 film of the year. So I had to mention it for him. And it was good. It was actually a really nice experience taking our nephew Rory to the cinema on our own. So me and Helen, as his aunt and uncle, we got to take him to the cinema, which we loved to do. And that was really cool. It was our first trip, just the 3 of us, to the cinema. So Rory, there's your mention. I did like it. It was good watching him react to it. And it was good to see him love it so much. And it made the summer feel nice. And then in August, we went to see Inception. The 10-year anniversary of Inception. 10 out of 10. I watched that with Todd, my best friend, in the IMAX. Again, Christopher Nolan. You're never going to miss. Fantastic. Fantastic. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And then August 2025, we also went and watched a film called Caught Stealing, which was very random. It had Matt Smith and Gerard Butler. Not Gerard Butler. What's he called? Oh, the guy who played Elvis. I forget his name. I'll try and remember it. But handsome fella. Austin Butler. Very good. Chaotic. It was weird. It was funny. It was out there. It was a bit quirky. I love the cast. The cast were very strong. They were probably the best part of the film. Storyline was kind of like had you guessing all the time. Oh, good movie. Nice little date night popcorn movie. Very good. I do enjoy it. I did enjoy that one. That was pretty good. 8 out of 10 for that one. 10 out of 10 for obviously the Inception, and then we went to watch Interstellar, IMAX. Again, 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved the IMAX. Went and watched that twice as well. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved Interstellar. Seeing that on the IMAX is the best way to watch it, and it's phenomenal. The day I can get an IMAX telly in my house, I'm going to be over the moon. But very good. Very good. Then in September we dipped. So we had a really good summer, a very strong summer of movies, but then we dipped in September. We saw Honey Don't, which looked to be quite a raunchy murder mystery thriller by the trailer standards. It had Margaret Qualley in it, had Chris Evans in it, had Audrey Plaza was in it, had a fair few people in it. But when we went to watch it, it was not very good. It was a bit of a painful one to sit through. Not going to lie, there were some bits of it that were alright, but for the majority, it wasn't the best. It was not the best. 3 out of 10. It was probably one of the worst films of the year. Just underneath Flight Risk. Probably a little bit under Flight Risk, but it's one of them. It's one of them. We took a gamble on it. Didn't turn out to be the right gamble. We took a gamble on Margaret Qualley the year before when we went to watch her in The Substance in 2024, and that was phenomenal. So, she's done some better movies. She's done some worse movies. This one's not the best, but we tried to watch it anyway. Then we watched The Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. This is a very decisive movie. This is going to definitely cause some ripples. In that movie, The Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, is Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie. And it's very artistic, which me and Helen are theatre kids. We both got GCSEs in drama, and we both went to university to study drama, as well as our other English modules and stuff. But it's very artistic. It's very out there. It's very elaborate and exaggerated and extravagant, and it's kind of a little bit artistic and beautiful in that way. And I don't think a lot of normal, casual cinema goers will get it. And that's fine. But for us, it was a 7 out of 10. It was a nice movie. We watched it really early in the morning when we were doing a house viewing in York. And it was lovely. It was very lovely. It was a lovely little trip. And it was a great start to our day. It was a very good film. Very good film. We did like it. Then in September, we saw One Battle After Another, which was I think Leonardo DiCaprio's one of his stronger films. I do like him in a lot of his movies, and it was a good film. The plot was a bit wild, I'll admit. Some people aren't really resonating with the plot. When we watched it and we left the theater, we were coming out of it a little bit. What the hell did we just see? But we kind of got it. It was okay. It was an alright movie. Definitely gonna be quite polarizing for some people, and I think it's definitely going to split the audience's opinions are going to be a little bit diverse on that one. But not a bad film. Not a bad film. It was pretty good. Pretty good film. One Battle After Another. Then we went and watched the Avatar 2 A Way of Water re-release in IMAX in preparation for obviously the third one coming out at the end of the 2025 window. Avatar 2 Way of Water, 12 out of 10. Fucking loved it. Great film. One Battle After Another, we gave an 8 out of 10, but Avatar 2, 12 out of 10. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And we saw the post-credit scene, which gave us a little bit of the Wind Trader scene from Avatar 3. Phenomenal. Got us very hyped. And then we watched Predator Badlands, which we gave a 10 out of 10 to. Probably one of the strongest action movies of the year, to be honest. It was quite good. Oh, there you go. My microphone went off. But yeah, it was probably one of the strongest films that we saw, was Predator Badlands. It was very good. It was very strong, and it was very good, and we did like it a lot. Predator Badlands was a 10. Very good. Then on Netflix, we watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That was an 8 out of 10. To be honest, it was good. It was good. It wasn't insane. It wasn't going to blow my head off, but it was pretty good. It was decent. I definitely would recommend it. Especially if you want to understand Frankenstein's monster a little bit more. I would definitely watch it. Then we went to watch, this has all been in November, so October was Avatar, and then November was Predator Badlands, Frankenstein on Netflix, and then Nuremberg, which is also there, which was pretty strong. That was a 10 out of 10. That's a great, great war courtroom documentary film. Russell Crowe is phenomenal. I feel he's had two different lives as an actor because he's been in the world of acting for so long. He's had like Gladiator Russell Crowe, and then he shifted. And this is like one of his best performances, and him and Rami Malek together in Nuremberg was sensational. Highly recommend you watch that if you're a fan of the real world of history and war and learning that history. Nuremberg's a tough watch, but a really important one nonetheless, and I really loved it. Wicked Part 2, however, 7 out of 10. We watched that in November. It rounded off November. Again, it was better because of the people we watched it with. We watched it with Danny and Neve. But it wasn't as good as the first one. It wasn't as strong as the first one. And as someone who's seen the musical, I prefer the musical on stage rather than how it transpired in the movies. Wicked Part 2 wasn't as strong as Wicked Part 1. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that down below. But to be honest, bit overhyped. And I think the dip went quick. Because then we got into December, and December was strong. We watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That was a 9 out of 10. That was a great film. I loved it. I want to watch more of them. I want to see more of them. We went with our friend Charlotte. We loved it. We had a great time. It was a phenomenal new cinema we went and seen it in. And I cannot wait to see Part 3. Definitely with Charlotte again. Can't wait to go and watch that. It's going to be phenomenal. It was really good. I loved it. I was smiling ear to ear the whole time. Again, proper good popcorn film. Lots of jump scares. Very fast-paced. Helen was all over the place. She's normally quite good in horror films, but she kind of lost the plot in that one. She was kind of jumping and screaming and pulling my arm. I came out with like bruises on my arm, and she was going nuts in that film. So it was great to watch. It was really good fun. It was a good cinema experience as well because everyone was kind of reacting and laughing and giggling and jumping and screaming at the same time. And it was really fun. Probably one of the funnest experiences of being in the cinema this year. It was really nice. It was really good fun. It was a great way to kickstart December because it was like the 5th of December we went and did it. And then December 2025, towards the end of towards the end of December, this is now getting to the 19th of December, we went to see Avatar Fire and Ash. And I went and seen it 2 days after my birthday. Avatar has always been special to me. I went to see Avatar 2 on my birthday when it released for The Way of Water. And I remember being 8 years old in the cinema watching Avatar 1 for the first time with my big, bulky, horrible 3D glasses on. And I just fell in love with the world of Pandora. I loved the characters. I loved James Cameron's storytelling. I loved the world of Avatar. And I fell in love with the place. And I don't have a single tattoo on my body. But if I ever got a tattoo, I definitely would try and get one inspired by Avatar. I picked up the game this year. Frontiers of Pandora. It came out with an expansion to do with the movie. So I got the game this year. And I've been playing that a lot. And I love it. I've been to the Disney World attraction. I've been lucky enough to go to Animal Kingdom on multiple occasions and visit the world of Pandora there that they have in the Animal Kingdom theme park. And I love it. I love the music. I love the world. I love the culture. I love the people. I love how it's made. I love the behind the scenes. I love the technicalities of it. I love the fact that it's $1 billion box office. It's the first movie series that's ever reached $1 billion in all 3 of its releases. And it's so successful and it so deserves to be successful. And it is a cultural event. Like, it's a huge phenomenon going to the cinema and watching it. And we've just had our second watch of it, but we watched it in the new year, so I didn't include it in the listing. But it was one of the best films, if not my favourite film of 2025, but very strong. And then we watched Anaconda, which is a really big contrast. The comedy Anaconda reboot with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. And again, popcorn film. And I feel like I say that a lot, so just to wrap up this video, I want to explain that. You've got movies that are cultural events, and you've got movies that are just sensational, and then you've got movies that are popcorn films. And popcorn films, to me, is literally what it says on the popcorn bucket or the popcorn tin. It literally is, you go with your mates, you get a bag of popcorn, you get a tin of popcorn, you support your local theatre, you don't pay for the big seats, you don't pay for the best screen, you don't pay for the best room, you just go and you just watch the film. And it's like one step above just sitting at home on the couch and watching it on Netflix. A popcorn film is just switch your brain off. You don't have to focus too hard. You can just sit back and enjoy it and take in the atmosphere and the movie and just hopefully you leave the cinema having a nice time. And that's the popcorn film experience. Then you've got films that are sensational like Warfare. No association with anything else. No IP attached to it. Nothing major about the film. It just comes out. You watch it in that cinema and it's just a spectacle to experience it. And then obviously then the cultural event movies are like these huge juggernauts. Like the Minecraft movie took on a life of its own with all of its McDonald's collaborations and all the internet memes and all the crazy shit. And then the idea of like the very last Mission Impossible movie. And then the idea of, we're doing a gender swap John Wick movie. And then we're going to do this with live action Stitch. Look at Stitch in live action. And it's like there's things like that where it's kind of like you're gonna go to the cinema just to see how it plays out, and that was very much like Avatar and Stitch and Interstellar and all these things. Like, so there are moments where you've got to look at what kind of film you're going into, because as one person who I tell you, I love films and TV shows. I've been a nerd my whole life for them. I've been grown and raised on the television, and movies, and believe in physical media and keeping physical media alive by buying DVDs. I'm in HMV every opportunity I get, and I'm buying 4Ks and I'm buying box sets and I'm buying Blu-rays from CEX, and I'm keeping physical media alive, at least for my future kids, because we don't know where the world of streaming is going to take us. But I love supporting movies. I love supporting theatres. I love supporting the real world experience of sitting in a room with strangers and your loved ones that you've taken with you, or even completely by yourself, and you're immersed in that world of cinema. And it's loud, and it's bright, and it's dark, and it's quiet, and it's suspenseful, and it's funny, and it's every emotion just hitting you at different spectrums, and I love it. And I think there's nothing better than it. It's like a rush of dopamine, and I love it. I love it. And I'll be there for all of these next ones. 2026 is going to be a sensational year for films, and stronger, I think, than 2025 overall. And I'm going to keep doing what I do. I have my little phone notepad, and I go in the movie, and I type in when I watched it, what month it was, what I gave it out of 10, and we go from there. And we'll come back in a year's time, and we'll review all the 2026 movies when we're sitting in 2027. So yeah, thank you for watching this one. I know it's long, but that's what this Conversation channel is about. My name is Tom. We have conversations. Tom and Conversations. Conversations. There you go. There's the cliff notes of why the channel's called what it's called. But thank you very much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep watching movies, keep watching shows, and comment down below some recommendations that you think are worth me watching. And yeah, tell me what your favourite film of 2025 was.